Hi friends, welcome back to episode 31 of Seriously Kind Sundays, a journey through kindness brought to you by the Family Downtown Company.
I'm Abby.
I'm Riley.
Today we're going to talk about our log splitter, maple sugaring, making pencil holders for Valentine's Day. You know what's so funny? We left our log splitter out in the cold and Dad went to go start it up and the engine was frozen. So he had to use his tractor to bring it up here, and we put our, I think it's called a torpedo thingy, like a torpedo. It brings like heat into whatever room you put it in, and we faced it in the direction so it would heat up the log splitter. And then me and Dad split yesterday. So, Rye, where's Dad?
Oh, I don't even know where he is. Welcome to the show, Dad.
Welcome to the show. Wow, I don't think I need to get welcomed on the show here anymore. You guys do an awesome job. You do an awesome job. You know that?
Yep.
Give me like a fist bump. Give me a fist bump. You do an awesome job. You guys are fantastic. Hi, friends. Welcome back. Like Riley said, episode 31. 31 episodes. What are you doing? That's disgusto musto. Anyway, friends, welcome back. Seriously Kind Sundays, a journey through kindness, episode 31 here with these guys. These guys are doing a bang-up job. What do you guys think? I know we actually haven't done a video in probably a month with the three of us together, because the first time, whenever we introduced the truck, you weren't on the show because you had a what?
Meltdown over a vest.
You did. Had a meltdown over a vest. Then because I did the show with Abigail, we had Abigail off the show last time. I did a show with you, and we talked about what?
Chainsaws and safety and some tools, and you can actually see our new tool that Dad just bought.
Yeah, let's pan that over for just a second over here. We're going to slide this over. Yeah, right there. So this is our chainsaw grinder, and we talked about this on the last episode. I haven't actually fired this up yet, but we've got it mounted to the bench. I know how I want to dial this in. There's some angles that have to be taken into consideration here in order to be able to sharpen the chain properly, but we're pretty close. We're pretty close. So probably within the next, I'm thinking maybe the next week or two, we're going to be firing this up, and we're going to be sharpening some chains with that. So, Rye Guy, what's going on, dude? Let me grab my coffee here.
Who thinks
Oh, this ought to be good.
Dad can maple sugar? Who thinks?
Who said anything about talking about maple sugaring on the show today?
For Christmas, right here. For Christmas.
What do we got there?
For Christmas this year, we got Dad a maple sugaring kit because he really wanted to make maple sugaring, and he really likes maple sugaring. We haven't done it yet, but we're gonna try to this year.
Well, yeah. So, yes. All right. So let's go backwards for a second. So, we have a lot of maple trees on the property, and I would like to try my hand at making our very own maple syrup. So the act of that is called maple tapping, and then you have the process of maple sugaring, where you're boiling the maple sap down, boiling off all the water, and you're getting down to a
syrup.
Exactly, you're getting down to a syrup, and then there's different parts of that process which are done outside, and then a very small component of it which we could do inside here for the finishing process. But we're going to talk a little bit about this. I can't believe you just brought that right up on the show.
Well,
like, what do you think you are, like a host?
Dad.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, I know. This thing keeps falling off. We're going to leave it right over there. What do you think you are, like a host or something? Are you the host of the show?
Probably.
The hostess of the mostess?
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, so we're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. Abigail, what have we got here?
Oh, that's cold.
It is cold. You want to talk about what we're going to do? We got a little project going on, don't we?
Rounds. I asked Dad if we
Let
could.
me look at our viewers.
I asked Dad if we could make something for my teacher for Valentine's Day, because you have to make something for the whole class, or like, yeah, you have to make something for the whole class, and it has to be the same. You have to include everyone, and then that.
You want to look at your viewers?
You have to include the teacher too. So I decided maybe we can make something a little extra for my teacher. So I think we're gonna make like a pencil holder, and you like cut it off to a certain.
So here, I tell you what. Let's get right into this here, okay? Let's put that right there, because you're going to be a professional right now.
Right. Let me do it. Right.
So all right, so here, I'm going to give the background story on this, okay? So when I was younger, guys, okay, I've always loved working with wood. I love working with it. I love the smell. I love the texture. I love the feel. I love the fact that it is that it's natural. All right. I love wood. So when I was younger, my dad took his chainsaw and he cut me a bunch of rounds off of a log. Okay. And what I did was I took a drill. I drilled a bunch of holes. I turned it into a pencil holder. I became a little entrepreneur and tried going from door to door to door selling pencil holders. Is what I did. So Abigail has been studying entrepreneurship in school through social studies. Obviously having the business, it lends its hand to being very entrepreneurial like within our home. And we talk about stuff like this all the time. So Abigail got the idea, so you know what? Maybe I'll make a pencil holder for my teacher. So what's your deal? What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Okay. So what we have here is basically it's just a round of maple. That's all it is. And we're gonna cut a couple of small pieces off. We'll call them biscuits, okay? And we're gonna square them off so that they're flat and level. Then we're gonna drill some holes, and then Abigail's gonna be able to make a pencil holder. So what do you think about this whole process?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, so obviously Abigail's not going to use a chainsaw, okay?
I would never use a chainsaw.
Right, but we have a video where I was showing you how to use the what?
The saw.
No.
The
Drill press? Great.
Drill
How to use the drill press. So what we could do, we could cut a couple of these biscuits, and then we'll put them up on the table in the drill press, and you can locate the holes, and you can what? Drill them out? Yep, that's right. We'll set up a stop so that they're all the exact same depth, and we'll have the holes just a little bit bigger than the diameter of a pencil, and we're going to put a pencil in there, and voila, we have a pencil holder. So I think that's going to be fantastic, and that's going to be an awesome gift for your teacher. Yes, sir?
My teacher,
Here, let's take this over here.
Hey, Dad.
Let's slide that
Hey,
right.
Dad.
Hey, Rye. Exasperated. Are you having like a tough day?
No.
No? Okay, what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Can we make like a heart out of wood or something?
We can, and we talked about this earlier in the
And we
house today.
can't paint it because then it can like dry. Or maybe we can paint it.
You can paint it, all right, but here's the deal, okay? So this wood is still what we consider to be green, okay? This is not seasoned wood, all right? So this is not something that
You have to season it.
Right, I would want it to dry, okay, and try to get as much moisture out of it as possible before I would put any type of finish on it. Now, if we were gonna make something that was heart-shaped, okay, and let's say we were gonna draw a heart right here like this, okay?
You would have to use a pencil or a pen.
Right, we would use a pencil, okay? With a pen, the ink would bleed into the pores of the wood, but we'd use a pencil, okay? Then, after we cut our biscuit here, we would have to take this and we'd have to use what's known as a jigsaw, okay? And we could cut out the shape of a heart. The problem with that is, and what did we talk about today?
We
in the
have
house,
to-
that it would remove the what from the outside of the wood?
The bark.
That's right, it would
You
remove
have
the
to
bark.
take off the bark before you actually cut it.
Hello. Hi. My name's Dad. What's your name? Okay, I'm just checking because you're sitting over there like a. I see like this bump here on a log.
Oh, it's actually.
I just want to make sure that you're awake. Are you awake?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
A
All right.
bump.
Look at your
bump
viewers and
on a
smile.
log. Oh, Dad, there's a little saying, a bump on a log. You're not doing your work. You just a bump on a log.
That's right. That is right.
That's a saying.
That's right. That is a saying. Don't be a bump in a log.
Yep.
So this is going to be a project that we're going to work on here in the shop this week. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So we tried. I'll grab this here for a second. So at first, Abigail thought that she was going to have this big piece here. Okay? And although something is going to be really nice on a big desk, certainly this is awesome because the bark is still very much intact around the outside of the piece here, okay? It's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit heavier, but it smells so good.
Can I smell, Dad?
Sure, yep, go ahead. All right, now that smells,
Oh, that sounds.
that's red oak. Smell that?
It smells okay.
Right, so now, who could maybe tell me the
I think
difference?
cherry is a little bit better.
Hold that. You don't need gloves.
Ooh. Oh, great.
Uh-oh,
Uh-oh, Dad.
coffee down.
Oh, great.
We'll clean that up after the show. All right, who wants to
great,
hold?
Dad.
Do me a favor, hold that. That's right, go ahead, hold it.
Oh.
So look, we have some differences here.
This is a circle. This is a cylinder.
Sure.
Yep.
You got that, but what I'm talking about is, what are the differences in the bark?
Oh.
Smooth bark, and that's bumpy bark.
This is a rougher bark. That's right.
Because
so this
it's a-
here would
because
be a
it's-
sugar maple or a silver maple, okay? As opposed to this here being a red oak, all right? And both are what types of wood?
Hard.
Hard. Both of them are hardwood.
This
As
is
opposed
heavy.
to pine being a soft wood. That's right. Very good.
Hey, Dad.
We're going to take this.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Look at the difference between these two ones. They're
One's
not.
a larger, what, the diameter?
Yep. One's smaller and longer.
Right.
Yep.
So those are some differences?
Yep.
All right. So the maple tapping, let's talk about that here for a second.
Maple.
So basically, what we have here, you want to hold this for a second? Ed? We have our buckets, okay? And the way that these are going to work is, these are going to get hung onto a tree, all right?
You're gonna put the top on,
Yep. Well,
like so.
what's going to end up happening is, all right, these here are called spires, if I'm not mistaken, all right? You have to forgive me, I'm learning a lot about this process. I believe
I see a hole.
Right, exactly. So what will end up happening is,
You'll have to put that in there.
yep,
It will get the
that'll
tap.
get hung, all right? And then you have basically a lip, all right, where the water will come out of this spout and into the bucket. That's right.
That's a lot of maple syrup to
How many of those do you have?
Dad, does it?
We have 3 buckets.
Three.
What's that, pal?
That would be probably like probably.
It won't be a lot of syrup because you have to burn all the sap water down.
It's not burn it, you have to boil it. So
Yep.
typically I think the ratio is anywhere between 32 to 1 to I think sometimes almost 50 to 1. Meaning that for every 50 gallons or 40 gallons or 32 gallons, whatever the ratio is, somewhere between 32 and 50. I'm not exactly certain, okay? And it probably all depends upon the sugar content in the tree as well. But let's say it was 40 to 1. That means that we have to collect 40 gallons of sap water, all right, from a tree to boil down in order to make 1 gallon
Of syrup.
of syrup, right? Now we're not talking about doing this on a big scale at all. This is something that we want to try our hand at home on a
And
hobby
learn.
level and learn. Exactly. So this year is probably going to be a lot of trial and error, okay? So do we have a big evaporator? Absolutely not. Do we have a big collection system? Absolutely not. Do we have 50 different buckets where we're going to go out to 50 different trees and collect all this sap water? No. There's some things that I've learned already, okay? Number 1, typically if you were to store sap water for more than about a week, it starts to develop characteristics that it's not as pure as the sap water that's coming out of a tree within, say, like overnight or within a day, okay? So preservation of the sap water is really important, okay? So when we collect it, are you tired? What would you like to say to our viewers?
Sorry.
How about excuse me? How How about you?
Excuse me.
Excuse you for what? For
Yawning.
You got it.
Daddy, where's your mic?
Rabbit's got the mic on. No, it's okay.
Should we go to kindness sex?
Can I finish this first? All right.
That's. Oh, I never noticed those.
Yeah, well, your yawning kind of took me off track for a second. So this here is called A Guide to Maple Tapping, all right? This is by Julie Fryer. You can find this, the buckets and so forth, like a little starter kit, I believe on Amazon, okay? And this is a great way to be able to just start the process of learning how maple sugaring occurs and being able to make some maple syrup yourselves on your own property, okay? For me, I've wanted to do this for a number of years. Someday I would love to even have my own maple sugaring shack on the property. It's just a neat way to be able to be outside and do something that's just completely natural, all right? But this is not, it's not very difficult, all right? It may seem a little bit more overwhelming than some other things. I'm a little overwhelmed by it, by the sheer fact that I don't know how much sap water we're gonna collect on each night. And then being able to store that and then being able to boil it down the following weekend outside. But we're gonna learn, right?
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
So, I don't know, what are you thinking? We're gonna collect maybe 10 or 20 gallons maybe worth of water? I'm not sure. There's all kinds of different information contained within this book. I found a couple of different websites to be very informative. Hold on just a second. They talk about how many spires you can put into each tree depending upon the diameter. Picking the best location based upon trunk lines and where limbs are coming off the trees and how high.
Excuse me.
Dude, what is the deal with you here today? Am I that boring?
No.
Wait, hold on a second. I got it. I'm boring. You don't want to listen to Dad talk.
No.
You spill my coffee, you make a mess. It's all over my tool chest, my bench, and then what do? You yawn on the show.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's our viewers making you yawn? Are you bored?
No.
You know what you need to do? You need to get outside and run around and do some work. That's what you need to do. So anyway, so we're gonna have more coming up on this. We're gonna try our best at trying to collect 20, 10, 30, whatever it's gonna be, gallons worth of sap water, boiling it down over the course of a couple weekends, and maybe trying to make our own maple syrup. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna leave it right there.
Hey, Dad.
Yes, sir.
Can they hear you when someone has the mic on?
Yeah, because it's picking up all the sound inside the project.
Hey, okay.
What?
Kindness sacks. My kindness sack.
You were kind?
Kindness sack.
I hope so. All right, what do you want to talk about?
So there was a really bad snowstorm. We got like 1 to 1.5, maybe even 2 feet of snow. Yeah.
I'm going to say we got probably a solid, I'm going to say probably 15, 16 inches, something like that. We got a decent amount. So we were expected to get a lot more snow last weekend. I think they were originally calling for somewhere between 20 inches, maybe 24 inches, something like that. But we got, I'd have to say, probably a solid 15 to 16 inches.
Feet are greater than inches. Inches don't go like up to here, but feet go like, if you're saying like 99 feet, it would go like.
Wait, hold on a second. Are you making an inference that we possibly could have received 99 feet of snow?
No.
I'm just checking.
No.
I'm just seeing just where you're going with this.
But feet are better than inches.
Feet is a larger measurement of
Like-
length than inches, yes.
Yeah, feet. We're not talking about this feet. We're talking about like feet.
Feet as a measurement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
What happened during a snowstorm last weekend? What did you pitch in and do on the back deck without even being asked to?
I helped without even having to be asked to.
Yeah.
I just
Guy jumped
wanted
right
to.
into shoveling snow
Yeah,
without even being asked.
it looks so much fun. You don't use it with a broom, you use it with a shovel. Because if you have a patio or a deck, shovel that if there's snow, because that can tip over your house.
not quite certain I know where this is going right now. Do you?
Yes?
You do? All right. So, you helped shovel snow last weekend.
Yep.
Awesome.
Without
and,
even having.
and I'm proud of you for that.
I have two kind of sacks.
What do you got going on?
I have two kind of sacks.
Go ahead. What do you got?
So the first one is that when Riley fell on the ice, I helped him up, and that is like really kind because he could have hurt himself.
He could have. That's right.
I slipped. Ow! I fell.
What would one of these shows be without the drama of Ramblin' Riley? What's your second kind of sack? What else is going on?
So my
Keep up.
second kind of sack is that I shoveled our neighbor's deck, and in that really bad snowstorm. Well, it wasn't really bad. But the same snowstorm where I helped shovel our deck, I helped shovel my neighbor's deck.
And she did. I was, let's see, where was I? I was somewhere outside doing something, and I look over, and I just see all this snow just being flung over her shoulder with the shovel, and I'm like, holy smoke, she's just like, dunk, 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 dunk. You're like a little machine.
She's like a snow robot.
When I'm around.
No, you don't.
She is a
These guys
snow
work
robot.
so hard. I know it's hard to
She's
be
a snow robot. It's a robot that shovels the snow.
You know what you are? A rambling robot. It's hard to depict this whenever we're, on a set like this. But these two guys work so hard. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about my day yesterday. All right. And
and my third kind of sack, I helped Daddy split wood.
Well, I
just
wouldn't
can't-
exactly call it kind because you got paid for it. But it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
It was awesome.
Well, Dad, it's still kind because she helped you.
Yes. So
You normally do it by yourself, but
I do
I
normally do
just
it by
kept
myself.
Yes.
feeding Dad with wood.
yep.
I'm proud of you guys. So yesterday, we had a little bit of a harder start to yesterday morning. I went out to go start the log splitter and warm it up. And with all the rain that we had on Thursday and Friday and the warmer temperatures, come Friday night, temperature dropped like a rock and everything froze over. So whenever I went to go pull the... Hi.
He did it.
Whenever I went to go pull the pull start on the motor, it wouldn't turn over because water got down inside the crank and froze.
Yep.
So, okay,
Freezing.
fine. Well, let's grab the tractor, let's go down, get the log splitter, and bring it up to the house. Well,
Like this, frozen.
Yep. Well, the log lift was down on the ground. Okay, fine. Open up the valve, relax the hydraulics, and lift it up. Oh, guess what? I was a nincompoop. I left the valve open whenever I lowered the log lift last time. Now it was frozen where it was open, and I couldn't relax it back. Now I try to go and lift up the log lift. Can't lift the log lift up. So I had to do the best I could, which was just take a chain, wrap it around, bring it up to a chain binder, take some tension on it, get it off the ground just a couple inches, and we were able to bring it up with the tractor and get it into the garage. Like Abigail said before, we took a torpedo heater and got that on.
Torpedo.
Yes, a torpedo.
Well, it's shaped in that, but it heats things.
It's not a torpedo, not an actual torpedo.
Right, but it's called a torpedo heater.
Yeah.
Yes. So we brought the log splitter in, closed the garage doors, fired up the torpedo heater, and we got it warmed up within, I'd have to say, probably about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And then we brought it outside and we let it run for probably close to an hour before we actually did anything with it, just to cycle the oil and get everything warmed up. So it was good. But Abigail came outside yesterday and she helped me split for almost 3 hours yesterday. You were an animal yesterday. She helped keep the log lift loaded with wood and pulling pieces off of the table grate and throwing them in the pile. We made well over a quart of wood yesterday. I'm gonna say we probably made almost close to a quart and a half of wood yesterday, which I was super excited about.
Dad,
Yes, sir.
that looks like a human up there.
It's not, it's a scarecrow, but thanks.
Hey, Dad.
Yes, sir.
What if we had a house up in our attic?
Okay, can we talk about that maybe like on the next show?
Yeah.
I'm not really quite sure. So
Wait.
But wait, you know, he's like Ron Popeil from Ronco. But wait, there's more.
Yesterday, I actually found out that I can make like a wooden like drum set outside.
And he did. He took a bunch of rounds over by the firewood pile and dun 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 boom. We actually got ourselves a very nice visit yesterday from Guilford Fire Department. I had the burn barrel going outside yesterday, which is a 55-gallon drum that whenever you're splitting wood, you have little shards and little pieces come off. So it was 20 degrees outside yesterday. So I had the burn barrel going. And after a little bit of splitting, we'd get that pile, we'd throw it in the burn barrel and let it burn, and it would keep us warm. We're outside. Well, it was producing a little bit of smoke, and one of our neighbors decided to call the fire department. So the fire department came up. They took a look at what we had going on, had no issue with it, and I was obliging and threw some snow on it just to be neighborly and put it out. But we were quickly reminded that people do watch what goes on, and we want to thank our neighbors for being aware, seeing a little bit of smoke. But have no fear, we had a very controlled fire going on, as was pointed out by the fire department. They had no problem with it at all, and they felt that it was actually quite legal, and we were well within our right to be doing what we were doing. So, 20 degrees outside. Way to stay warm. So, all right, guys.
Okay.
What do you think? Who wants to wrap this
Me.
thing? You
Me.
guys are so excited to get on the show, and you're no sooner excited.
Be
to like,
kind, love others.
I'm out.
Bye.
That's
And also stay warm.
That's it?
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, love your kids. Give them a big hug. Let them get involved in stuff. And let them know that they're important. I tell these two all the time how important they are. And it's really, really good. But I'm a firm believer that...
I'm hungry.
Are you kidding me? I'm sitting here trying to say something nice, and you're talking about your belly rumbling? Wow. At any rate, you guys are unbelievable. I'm a big believer in being able to tell your kids that you love them and that you believe in them. And I think if there was more of that going on, we wouldn't have half the problems we have in this world. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth. All right, who's out?
Blah.
That's it? Guys, have a great week.
Love others. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great week. Be kind, friends.
Bye.